And we are still talking with lots of friends and lots of awesome people that we keep meeting here at the GitHub conference. I met last night at an event here at the conference, the amiga Phoenix Elizabeth. Phoenix, how are you?
I'm doing so good.
Yeah, it seems like you're enjoying, right?
Yeah.
It's been an awesome conference. Amiga Phoenix, can you share with the audience who you are and what do you do and why are you here at the conference?
Yeah, so my name's Phoenix. I always get nervous, like when I'm like, oh, why am I here? What am I?
Why are you special?
Exactly. I'm like, oh, okay. So I currently am at school. I go to a school called Annie Cannon's. It is for survivors of trafficking, and they create education and then help survivors find sustainable jobs in tech. So part of the reason why I'm here is to, evangelize Annie Cannon, spread the word, and also just to network, get my feet wet. And honestly, I feel like a lot of software developers or aspiring software developers, we kind of have that thing in our head where we think like we're not as good as the people around us. And I feel like when I put myself in these experiences, I prove my own thinking wrong. And I show myself like, no, I deserve to be here just as much as anybody else. Like, these are my peers, these are my equals, and we're all collaborating together. It's not, you know what I mean? So that's part of the reason why too. It's just to challenge myself, get myself out of my comfort zone, and to meet new people, network with new people.
In this sense of networking with new people at the conference, have you met also other beginners, other people that might be as nervous as you about like, I don't know, I'm new at this. Have you felt that vibe around?
Honestly, mostly in the people I came with.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest, most of the people here have been very confident, which has actually given me permission to like match that energy. I'm like, oh, so we're confident. Okay, yes.
Cool.
Confidence, yeah.
Well, that's important because it's contagious at times and you feel like in a safe environment to kind of like put your feathers out and say like, yeah, I'm cool.
Yes, exactly. And that was something I really like about GitHub and this conference is it feels like a very safe space to be fully who you are. That's kind of the vibe that I've gotten. And like yesterday I was like wearing like these bright pants. You know what I mean? Like, and I just bouncing back from person to person, just being my little neurodivergent weirdo self, and it has been fully accepted and appreciated, which is cool.
You are here in a sea of neurodivergent people. We are all peculiar and different, special, and yeah, everyone. And it's something really cool that you bring it up about the audience, because different to other conferences, you see a lot of shirts and blazers and ties, and here's just like relaxed, right? Where you can be just yourself. Exactly. And share your stories and learning with the rest of the people.
Exactly.
And so what have been also like cool learnings that you have had in the event or your experience at the conference?
I'm learning that a lot of people in tech want to make a difference. Like, I think that's the part that makes me most excited is finding like your people. Like, there's a saying that like your vibe attracts your tribe. And so like being at conferences like this, it allows me to find people who have the same passion, who want to use technology to transform the world, to like end corruption and end the injustice of those systems and use technology as a way to evolve humanity and have access to resources for everybody. And I feel like that's the bridge that technology can create. And I found so many of those people here, like at each of these little stations, I'll talk to people and I just like open up and just be myself. And when I do that, people match that energy. And I've had so many good conversations that weren't just like dry, like blah, blah, let me tell you about statistics. It's like,
what do you do? Who you are?
Yes, exactly.
How can I help you?
And people will match that energy. If you show up like that, they will match that energy. And people here have just matched that energy really beautifully. And I have felt more confident knowing like our future is really bright. Like there's a lot to hope for. And that's the overall feeling that I've got from being at this conference.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I know that there were also lots of announcements around GitHub, that there were lots, you are here surrounded by technology. Any particular one that jumped the most at you that you're more excited about? Or you're just like crazy about everything? It can happen.
I know. Okay, no. So a release that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, some announcement or something that you got here in the event.
Okay. Actually, the thing that I received, one of the things I received the most in the event wasn't necessarily an announcement as much as it was I was able to work with like a recruiter.
No?
Yeah, so like GitHub like provided GitHub recruiters and I was able to like get feedback. We were able to go over my GitHub, my resume, and I was able to get feedback. And that was very enlightening for me. I learned like, cause I was kind of nervous cause I use AI a lot in my coding. And I always got nervous during like a technical interview, like, am I allowed to use AI? You know, that kind of thing. And they clarified, they were like, yeah, like we want to see how you think. It's not a test. And so I don't know, that was the biggest inspiration for me was AI is here and it's a tool that creates accessibility and it's a tool to be utilized, not feared.
I see it like bringing a calculator to a test.
Exactly.
It's yes, you need to bring it and prove that you know how to use the calculator and not be afraid of it.
Exactly.
So another quick question.
Yeah.
What are you learning to develop? What are any languages particulars or what are you dipping your toes in?
Okay, so right now we're in the middle of learning React.
Cool.
But like I would love to create like art pieces using software development. Like the other day I went to a art gallery and it was posters from the 60s, psychedelic posters from the 60s. And right now I'm learning CSS as well.
Oh, cool.
And grid and different like frameworks in JavaScript. And I was just like, why couldn't I make art, like cool art pieces using CSS, I don't know, like I just get curious about how I can create art using technology and marrying those two together. That's what I'm passionate about.
Well, you can. I have like a spoiler alert. Yes, you can. Many people do. CSS, HTML5, and all these technologies, JavaScript especially.
Yeah.
You can make moving parts and lots of things that I think that you're going to have a lot of fun learning and applying all this.
Yeah.
I can tell that you're creative. And, well, yeah, we can keep talking about creativity here for hours, but I don't want to hold you for too long. Last things what would you recommend from your experience to people learning about or being curious about getting in technology, women that want to get into technology? What would you recommend or some words for them?
I would say every voice matters. Every voice matters. Every single one, no matter how you identify, like every voice matters. And so I know that especially as women, we haven't seen as many role models in tech, and we're just now seeing that happen. But you can create the life that you want for yourself. Like, you have the choice, you have the power, and now is the time in tech where they're not always looking for people with 4-year degrees. Sometimes women get married young, have kids, and then they're kind of stuck without an education. But what's cool is there's a lot of programs and a lot of recruiters that aren't necessarily looking for a degree. They're looking for lived experience, for resiliency, for other transferable skills. And so I would say don't discredit yourself, don't discount yourself, show up and at least challenge your own thinking that you aren't worthy or capable of doing those things. Yes, you are. That's not true. That's just a story. So get out there and challenge those stories and those thoughts.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And that's how you're going to not only create bigger change in the world, but for your own self. Like, it starts within ourselves and then it spreads out to our communities and spreads out to the world.
I love those words. I love those. You're motivating people. And what you're mentioning, role models, female role models as well. We're starting to find them all over the place. I have a feeling that the next generation, because it's not immediate, but the next generation, we're starting to have enough that the next one is going to be just like, yeah, women in check, normal.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, it's always been like this.
Yeah, right? I wish that was the case right now.
Yeah.
So just to wrap it up, Phoenix, where can people follow up with you, know what you are up to, or get in touch and reach out? Where can they find you?
Yeah, okay, so right now, professionally, I would just stick to my LinkedIn for now. I'm creating like a portfolio website and things like that. But I wouldn't say I'm I'm not in a space yet where I'm competent enough to be like, yes, go check out my portfolio. I'm still a beginner. So for now, my LinkedIn is a great way. And then my GitHub is Nix, Nixx 222. So also on GitHub as well.
Okay, just follow up at her on LinkedIn, check her repos to see what she's up to. I'm very curious of what you're going to be creating, RT, CSSs, and lots of creative repos. Phoenix, thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah.
And well, everybody, the GitHub Universe Conference has been a long couple of days. I think I'm going to be packing the camera now and rest a little bit, but I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, everybody that has been watching these videos. And well, I wish everybody a good time, good day. Adios, and take care. Adios.
Adios, adios, ciao, ciao.